So, real quick, just so you understand what's happening, this is a dance called the Lindy Hop. It's a social dance from the 1920s and 30s, and it's all improvised. So what you saw up there was not choreographed. You want to do one more song? Cool. So we'll do one more song, and again, just as we do it, just know that this is all, like, whatever inspires us to do it, we're going to do it. The tempo might be a little bit brighter, but not nothing fast. All right. So again, cool. So again, that was Lindy Hop, yeah? And you also saw a little bit of what we call Charleston as well. And Charleston was a dance that came before Lindy Hop. It started in the 1910s and 20s, but both Charleston and Lindy Hop are from Harlem. They started here. And so what we're doing is keeping that thing alive, and we're trying to spread it out and bring it back to Harlem, as well as spread it all over the world. So talk about Charleston.
You guys know what tap dancing is? You've heard of it before? Let's all show us some tap. Shows to Duke Ellington and Count Basie, and the Nicholas brothers are one of the most amazing and inspirational to watch. There was a line dance that they did called the Shim Sham, and the swing dancers thought that that was really cool, and so they learned the Shim Sham. And sometimes we put tap into it, and sometimes it's just regular. But let's do that. Everybody look at the Shim Sham. Shim Sham. So, one of the really cool things about the dance, you guys, is that it was the inspiration for dances that we do now. Like, is it called Top Rocks? Yeah, b-boy stuff. What are some other moves, guys? You want to talk about some moves today that are inspired? This is Ray Davis, you guys.
Hello. So, coming from hip hop first and then getting introduced to jazz in Charleston, the connections made a lot of sense. For instance, like a basic Charleston, right? Very basic Charleston. And then in the early 21st century, we did something called the toe-wop. Can everyone see me? Yeah, everyone knows the toe-wop. And then from there, even later on, everyone started to get light, right? You see the influences from Charleston into the toe-wop, into getting light, and so on and so forth. So for you guys, a lot of the dances that we're doing from the 1920s, 30s, and 40s, they're gonna look extremely familiar. It's just gonna be to different music. And as I stated in the other class, movement is movement, so if you enjoy moving, you should sign up for this. So we are going to see a video clip of some Charleston dances from the 20s, 30s, and 40s?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's from a movie called The Spirit Moves, which was a documentary. We're gonna list out some of the dancers that we see at the video.
The Spirit Moves.
celebrated his 100th anniversary. Sadly, he passed away 5 years ago at the age of 94. But just this recent May, we celebrated 100 years. And during that time, the New York Times came out and they interviewed Joshua, actually, because Joshua, Ray, and Rafal, they are Frankie ambassadors, which is like a scholarship and a recognition that is given from the Frankie Foundation. It recognizes leadership, it recognizes people who want to contribute and give back to their community, and it helps them to continue learning Lindy Hop all over the world. I think Ray went to Sweden, and Joshua went to Boston, but he's actually from Seattle, so that was all the way across the country for him. And Rafal was actually from Poland. So it's a really incredible community, and if you guys are interested, not only do you get to learn this awesome dance, but your whole experience will be expanded truly to the whole world. So let's see a video clip of Joshua being interviewed by the New York Times when we were celebrating Frankie Manning
devotees of swing dances such as the Lindy Hop are here on the eve of a festival to mark the centennial of the late Harlem dance innovator Frankie Manning. During a break they admire his athleticism in the 1941 movie Hell's a Poppin', as he and his dancing partner Ann Johnson capture the energy of the Lindy Hop on film.
Every time I watch him dance, it's fantastic, it's beautiful, I'm so inspired. And he's a hero to me, honestly. He danced with so much love and energy, and anyone he danced with couldn't help but get infected with that same love and energy. And it's something very beautiful, and something like I can only hope to do like a little bit.
I think it's big in Europe because there is lots of people that they want to just relax and forget their things. And Lindy Hop is just so much fun. And it just brings your smile on your face and makes you know lots of people, so that's why it's so popular.
That was really exciting, yeah. It was a really big deal that Lindy Hop was being acknowledged and recognized, especially by the New York Times.
Piggyback off of what you just said, I realized, I woke up to one of my friends here in New York said we should be awake and show me the paper, but then we found out the next day that story was actually published globally in the global New York Times as well, so people around the world that received the paper also was able to see that edition as well. I got started in my high school swing club, just like you guys, in 10th grade. I had a friend who asked me to come to swing club, and I was very enthusiastic because I was very shy. She actually taught me how to follow before I learned how to lead. So I came to swing club and I didn't know what I was doing because someone I was trying to dance with someone and my feet weren't doing the right things. But 2 years in, I found out about the Frankie Manning Foundation. Some of my teachers, just like I recall your teachers who participate in the swing club, they recommended me to apply for the Frankie Manning Ambassador Scholarship. And that was my start in dance, and I never even imagined that I would be able to fly out to places like New York. My world was very much in Seattle, and that was kind of it. So Lindy Hop was kind of into a greater world, and that was fantastic. Along with being able to connect with other teachers.
Just to piggyback on that, Lindy Hop is very much a young person's dance. There are college clubs. The 5 big engineering schools have the biggest swing clubs, but there are college clubs all over the country, all over the world. Josh is involved with some people who are busy making swing clubs in historically black colleges, and it's a wonderful thing because people who come to Lindy Hop love the music, and that usually means they have great band minds. And it's a wonderful place to network and meet people, young people from all over the world in your field. So as you know, in colleges is another place we can extend that.
So in celebration of the community, like the worldwide community that does this dance, we're going to do the Big Apple for you, which is a circle dance, and it goes like this. It goes like this. the swing club, please give us your name and your email address. I'm sorry. That's a student number. That's so that we can let you know about the information for when it's going to happen. Tuesdays in the dance gym from 2:30 to 5 o'clock. And it's happening today if you want to come play. And we're going to have some of us teachers there with you. And it'll be every Tuesday. If you can't make it today, then come next week.
I just want to re-emphasize, this dance was created in Harlem. And even though there are a lot of people in Harlem still dancing, not as many as there are in the rest of the world, people come here and say, where's the Lindy Hop? It's hard to show them. We want, and Frankie will, at the end of his life, he would support young African Americans or people from communities that don't have Lindy Hop, help them learn to dance if they continue to bring it to their communities. We would love it if Randall is the place where young people find swing. So we hope you'll join us. And represent for Harlem. This is Judy Pritchett, who is very important in the Frankie Manning Foundation.
I just wanted to say something because I just remembered this. I think you all know that New York City is known as the Big Apple. But originally, it wasn't. That just started maybe in the 50s. Harlem was the Big Apple. Harlem was the Big Apple, and in fact, that name started in the 20s from musicians all over the country who, if you could get a gig in Harlem, that was the Big Apple.
I got a question.
Yes. Okay, so think about when you guys do the Big Apple, this is a very special place. We've been doing it.
Is that why sometimes the Big Apple Circus comes to Harlem?
Yeah, probably.
The Big Apple Circus works all over New York City. I don't know how they picked Big Apple because of the meaning it being all of New York City. But originally, as Judy said, this is the Big Apple. You are in a cultural mecca. People from all over the world look to this part of New York City, and I hope you appreciate that and remember that very good. Any other questions about any of the dancers? If you have a couple minutes, I'd like to actually introduce them to you. And that is, we have from Syncopated City Dance Company, members please stand. And we have the Professional Dance Company in New York City. We have the teachers from Harlem Swings, Rafael and Adrian. We have local dancer Lily, who's studying at NYU, and we have from Houston, now who's going to college, we have Josh, who came here all the way from Houston to be here today to tell you everything. So, and now we have a little more stuff for you.
Well, so thank you. So Evita and I, as partners for about 10 years now, we've been working and training and always trying to get better at what we do. We'd like to do just a little bit of a demo that has some aerials in it. And Frankie Manning actually is credited as having created the first air step. Yeah? So it was because of that he did a backflip with his partner in a dance contest and became crowned the king of the path forward. So we are certainly not the kings and queens, but we would like to show you a little bit of aerial tech and maybe hot dancing. We try.